The use of tokens is changing how banks and regular people do business with each other. This is making it possible for value to move instantly around the world, which will help us get ready for the future. Today, I'm going to talk about what tokenization is, how you can use it to make your life better, and how Ripple and XRP will be at the center of this financial change. Guys, it's going to be a great video for learning. Let's start right away. The IMF made this film. Why is it useful to use tokenization and customizable money? What's the deal? Let's play. It's been a very long time since the first coins or shells were used as money. These days, most people use digital money, so it might even be called our most important tool. What's the next part of this story about evolution? Let's talk about tokenization, which is the process of making our wallets customizable. Not sure why we'd need money that can be planned. Money is used to buy things or save them, and a popular way to save money is to own things. Tokens can help you buy, own, and sell things more quickly and for less money. Let's say I want to buy a bond or stock in a company. There would be a lot of people in the middle between me and that company today. One example is a clearinghouse, which acts as a third party between people who want to buy or sell an object. It waits to exchange the buyer's payment and the seller's product until it gets both. This way, neither side has to worry about not being able to deliver, but it takes time to wait, and in business, time is money. Regulator organizations that give the owner of an asset a company's share of dividend payments are another example. Tokenization can be done automatically by a tokenized market. This can make financial markets faster and cheaper with the help of programs that automate or reduce the role of middlemen. Recently, researchers looked into tokenized markets and found big savings in costs. You can see the promise of tokenization in the numbers, but new tools that make things easier often come with new risks. There have already been flash crashes, which are sudden drops in the market caused by algorithms. Tokenized markets can be more unpredictable because trades can happen right away. Tokenization also makes it possible to write groups of programs on top of each other. During a crisis, these things could work against each other like rocks falling. There is also the chance that a lot of new areas will open up, and if their tokens can't talk to each other, which is called interoperability, markets could break up and not be able to offer faster and cheaper trade. That means that tokenization might need certain rules in order to really work and keep the risks to a minimum. In fact, governments have rarely been happy to watch as money has changed in important ways. From what we know about the past, they may play a bigger part in the future of tokenization. That's already happening, right? And when you talk about how to connect different systems that are fragmented, XRP is the best bridge asset on the world right now. It can help connect any system from one currency to another, whether it's a cryptocurrency or a tokenized asset. Plus, Brad Garlinghouse is on stage right now talking about that very thing. I'll play this for you. I'm going to throw out two. What one Ripple is interested in and thinks a lot about, because we focus a lot on the business and financial side, being able to turn real-world goods into tokens that can be used and traded more easily. That seems good for the world economy. I believe it is good for those who buy. It looks like a good idea for companies. It seems like a good idea for organizations. In my opinion, that is going to happen, and the question is, how fast and in which places does it happen the fastest? I really believe it, and you hear all these crazy ideas like, what about tokenizing this? It's something I've never thought of before, but I can see how that might make sense for some types of investors or something. I believe there are ways to tokenize things that we haven't even thought of yet. We will now talk about tokenization and how the XRP system will be used in this case. One company, Axar, which has more than 55 blockchains linked together, is working to shape tokenization on the XRP ledger. The Axel network will connect the XRP ledger main chain to the XRP ledger EVM sidechain and 55 other chains so that they can work together. So we talk about how things are linked. This is a very important piece or tool. To give you a better idea of what this is, the XRP LEVM sidechain is an advanced interoperability upgrade for the XRP ledger. It makes it possible for Ethereum smart contracts to fully work and connects the XRP ledger ecosystem to dozens of other blockchains. XRP is being used more and more in DeFi, institutional finance, and tokenizing real-world assets. This is making it easier for people in all markets to use and accept it. Not being able to use smart contracts has been one of the biggest problems with development on the XRP system in the past. This will allow new development and builders. The reason this is important is because you need cash, cash, cash. Also, people need to build, which will make it possible for more XRP RLUSD, and other coins to be used in those systems. You won't need as much if you only have one project to build. But it's easy to see why more and more XRP would be needed if there were 100, 1,000, or 10,000 new projects. Ladies and gentlemen, that's really what we want to do here. People who really want to know how the EVM sidechain works can look at the XRPL EVM sidechain. It is a Cosmos SDK-based blockchain that works with the EVM. Developers can use MetaMask, set up Solidity smart contracts, and connect their Ethereum dApps to the XRPL's fast, cheap network. XRP is the original gas token, and fees are very low. Block times are 3.5 seconds, and proof of authority consensus works well. The XR bridge makes interoperability even better by connecting XRP directly to the XRPL mainnet and the EVM sidechain. It also makes it easy to send and receive money between the XRPL EVM and 55 other blockchains, such as Cosmos, Ethereum, Solana, and many more. These are the main blockchain networks that matter right now. The sidechain lets developers talk to each other using Ethereum, JSON, and RPC standards and tools. This makes it easy to migrate dApps to the EVM sidechains and run them. Validators on both the XRPL and EVM sidechains work together to keep things safe, and Axar's cross-chain interface makes sure that assets can be moved and programs can be written. So these are the most common ways that tokenization is used right now. Keep in mind that these can change as people's needs do, but you've turned securities into tokens. Digital bonds are issued by banks and other financial companies. On the XRP platform, there are stocks and treasuries. The world's bond market is worth about $130 trillion. In the United States, the stock market is worth about $60 trillion. And of course, the bond market is about $28.6 trillion in the US. We can see that this is a huge issue that needs to be fixed. I think the XRP system will be very important in all of this. There are also companies that want to tokenize real estate, private equity, infrastructure, and funds to make them more liquid, which would allow fractional investment and speed up settlement. You can also use DeFi for things like loan, borrowing, and staking. Tokenized assets are also used as collateral on DEX and margin lending sites. There are also new ways to pay, like safe coins, institutional settlement assets, and programmable money that can be turned into tokens and sent instantly and cheaply, digital goods, and NFTs.